So the Guthrie-Jackson Charitable Foundation kind of is that, and they're small in comparison to some of these other centers that you name, but they do have their own international consortium effort and really have strived to involve as many countries as they can, and they do have an annual academic meeting in the February-March time, and are always looking to involve more neurologists and practitioners who are wanting to become experts really in this disease. And they emphasize collaboration between centers. They don't tend to fund research where only one center is involved. They want for it to be a very collaborative effort because they think that getting to the bottom of this disease is going to count on lots of brilliant minds, not just a couple. So CMSC, for example, recently came out with a certification called the CRND, the Certified Rare Neuroimmunologic Disorders Certification. And so they've really expanded their efforts to include us rare diseases like neuromyelitis optica, and that certification is available to all practitioners. So it was physical therapy, social work, MDs and RNs were all involved in coming up with this test, and all decided as a standard body that it should be available to all those entities. The common thinking is that there is not overlap between those two diseases, that they're too pathogenically different to have any overlap. So both diseases overlap with other rheumatologic diseases and can overlap with sarcoidosis. In fact, in NMO, it's extremely common to have positive antibodies for other rheumatologic diseases. Very, very common. But MS and NMO are distinctly different diseases. The thinking is that there's no overlap between the two. Again, I think that we're really lucky that for such a rare disease we've had such a great support from the pharmaceutical industry, and I think that that's going to take us a long way, that a lot of other diseases haven't been as fortunate to have experienced this. The fact that we have a targeted antibody makes our disease interesting because we know exactly how to target this disease in ways that some other diseases we may not have as much information on for other rare diseases. So it does make it kind of an interesting disease in so many levels, and there's so much basic science work being done that I wouldn't even want to begin talking about, but tolerization therapies are being looked at, and by Michael Levy at Johns Hopkins, and a lot of different people are coming up with animal models to try and know better in the animal models what might translate into humans, and so we're just really fortunate to have as much evolution in such a short time. I imagine a year from now, none of the 3 trials will have finished enrolling, or at least not resulted. But hopefully in 5 years we should have something FDA approved, which is amazing when you're looking at a disease that's actually been around, well described since the 1800s. Just we didn't know the target. I think that having something that's FDA approved, and then probably at least one thing, if not all 3, because they're all extremely promising agents.